Hi everyone, I'm going to wade into the trial that's just finished of Donna Adelson in the murder of Dan Markel, her son-in-law, in which she was found guilty of all three charges. I don't know why I got drawn into it, but I think that there is so much that one can draw out of this wisdom for individuals in society, and I just wanted to opine on it briefly. I think that most people see, especially in the end when the verdict was given, they say, I could never be capable of doing something like that. I would never conspire to murder my son-in-law, solicit murder for my son-in-law. That's something that I would never do. And I think that there's a great danger in that, and you see it in what transpires on Donna Adelson's face as she discovers that the jury found her guilty within 3 hours after the end of summarizing arguments. And I think that we face a world today in which there are many people who walk around saying, I'm a good person, and they find all sorts of ways to reaffirm that they're a good person, the same way that Donna Adelson did when she said she loved her children and she loved her grandchildren. But in doing that, you actually deny the part of each of us that is capable of great evil. And actually a far better way to go around the world is with the humility to know that each one of us, I'm capable, you're capable, each one of us is capable of great evil. And the thought comes to mind of me of Hannah Arendt looking at the trial of Eichmann in Israel, where the banality of evil, he didn't believe himself that he was capable of evil. In his case, as we know, he was just following orders. So what happens is when we deny the shadow, we deny the part of us that is capable of wrong, and we don't want to accept that in ourselves, we walk in the world innocent of what exists out there in ourselves, in our dark souls, and out there in the world, and we fail to recognize what we need to recognize. By contrast, and I'm drawing directly from Jordan Peterson on this, if we recognize, if I see that trial and I say to anybody who wants to talk to me about it, you think that you're not capable of conspiring to murder your son-in-law or do something similar, but we're all capable of it. And when we engage with that side of ourselves and we recognize it and we understand that it exists, actually that's when we become a force for good in the world. And that's the only way we can really become powerful in the world. The person who thinks they're good and harmless is not going to be a forceful person. The person who recognizes their capacity for malice and then turns it into good and is humble and is fearful of that capacity for malice and knows that has to be tamed for good, those are the people who succeed in the world, they act in the world, they find their mission in life, and they get to a good destination. And that is the truer and better way to live one's life. So I just go back to Donna Adelson, and that, by the way, is not an original thought for me. I'm just riffing on something that I learned mainly from Jordan Peterson. But so when we watch the Donna Adelson trial and the post-trial statements, and I think that we're far better off as a society and as individuals just saying to ourselves, wow, that is a tragedy, because that person or that family didn't recognize what was inherent in their own actions. They were innocently engaging in actions. They subjectively were innocently engaging in actions that turned out to have terrible consequences. And so what does that mean for us? Well, as a society, I think there is a huge amount right now of non-recognition of evil. When you look at people posing as rights activists, but actually they're oppressing speech. They're pressing the other person's opinion to be heard. People who demonstrate for free Gaza, but they don't see and they don't want to see the evil that Hamas has done. It's all around us, and it's also in our own lives. And we don't necessarily engage with the shadow right away. We don't see it, and so we need to look for clues. And maybe that's for another video. But watch the Donna Adelson case, or it's don't just look at it for the luridness, and it's a very, very lurid story. We can all learn something from it.